You are listening to TechCom, a podcast series by NTT Data dedicated to the telecommunications industry. In our 7th episode of the NTT Data podcast series called TechCom, we will discuss together with our guests the complex challenges telcos are facing with the rollout of 5G, and specifically how network cognitive automation can accelerate CSPs' digital transformation journey. Here to discuss these complex topics are André Vieira, Service Orchestration and Network Automation Leader at Celfocus, a company specialized in cognitive automation that delivers high-tech system integration services in the digital and cognitive space, and Fernando, Partner and Head of Network Business at NTT Data Europe and Latam.
Hello, André. Thank you for joining today. Today we have the chance to talk a little bit after the amazing job that we did together this year in the Catalyst project, to talk together about the contribution of Celfocus to the project and the work we did together with the client, Telefónica. Talking about Celfocus, we know that Celfocus has grown from a delivering experiences, combining technological domains and industry solutions. How do you add value along the CSP's transformation journey in this area where they have an eye on efficiency and better customer service?
Thank you for the invitation to be here. To reply to your question, in terms of added value, we think in the added value in 3 steps. So the first one, to have a why, understand our customer and where we need to go. The second is our team. And the third, our value proposition. So the first step is a foundation, is to have a why, is what we call to have a strategy with a purpose for what we are doing and everyone to be on the same page. And our mission is clear. Our mission is to accelerate CSP transformation toward digital service providers, to help our clients to have the added value, to capture value from multiple market segments with network abstraction. And these market segments, we are talking about the Industry 4.0, the healthcare, transportation, etc. But we also know that this added value needs their foundation that will enable our customers to achieve it. And we are talking about the enabling capabilities to deliver differentiated, on-demand, and hyper-personalized services. So knowing the customer and providing personalized plans and offers addressed to the customer needs, and also to build scalable and sustainable operational excellence network that meets the current and future demands. Here, to think about what good looks like, but never forgetting the legacy. And also to use data-driven approach to minimize data waste and augmented knowledge to reduce human effort and optimize decisions. So this is the first step. The second step, it's our secret weapon, as we might call it, is to have our highly motivated teams with a mix and match profile from IT and telco. We have RAN engineers, developers, we have telco cloud engineers, and this mix and match is what we call our secret weapon. And this might sound a little cheesy, but our people are who make this company. So we invest a lot in our teams, in their well-being, but also in terms of their development. The news are good because the projects are being developed and delivered with a lot of success in terms of digital transformation and better customer service. So the third step is the know-how that delivers the promise that I just mentioned, our value proposition. And our strategy, we define our strategy in 4 main pillars. The first one is to provide AI data-driven decisions, meaning we extract data and transform it into knowledge for a better network customer experience. This, in terms of the network, is the planning insights, intent discovery, anomaly detection, root cause analysis, and predictive analytics. In terms of the customer, is to have the right action at the right time for the right user, maximize the customer experience index. We have another pillar that is enabling zero-touch automation, that we do network configuration, automation of provisioning, troubleshoot resolution, and closed-loop automation. We also have the network as a service as the third pillar to the API monetization, the service orchestration network automation platform, and doing this in an openness and standardization mindset. The last pillar that we have is to do all of these, the AI-driven decisions, the zero-touch automation, the network as a service, in a co-creation and collaboration approach. So we want to co-create with CSPs and also with other vendors to leverage the ecosystem. So everyone participates and to improve the innovation in this ecosystem. So we do not do silos and technical projects. We do this in a collaborative approach. And we are solution oriented, not product oriented. And we try to do, when it's possible, to do with an open architecture and vendor agnostic, align with the standards, so everyone speaks on the same language. So that's it. We add value with these 3 steps and know our customer and the market, and to have a why with our highly motivated mix and match team and with our value proposition.
Okay, André, I see that your company has a clear strategy in this area and can provide a lot of value, no, for the clients in this kind of initiatives. Let's talk a little bit about cognitive automation. We know that cognitive automation positions network operations areas higher in the value chains. Traditionally, they were basically a cost center for the operators, and now they have a pivotal role in the business model transformation that CSPs are undergoing in order to become more centered on digital. Tell us a little bit about the usage of artificial intelligence and machine learning techniques to accelerate the development of these reliable automated network processes.
It's our DNA, these AI and machine learning techniques for Celfocus, but for us these techniques are enabled for operational efficiency that will not only automate the process and repetitive tasks, and also enable human-assisted AI, because not everything will be completely automated. This is the journey to the zero-touch automation. But also these techniques are important to improve the automation over time, to reach a predictive mindset that will reduce the operation costs for the current network, but to tackle the increasing network complexity that we are seeing with the operators. We want to highlight that these techniques are not to reduce teams. These are strategy to cope with decreasing of the complexity of the network. We are seeing the implementation of NFV that has a stable maturity, the SDN, the 5G core that is beginning, the virtual RAN that is beginning, the open RAN. All of these will increase the complexity, and these techniques will be mandatory. Also, the demand of the customer demands from the CSPs is changing. They are being more and more demanding, and these dynamic services that are being introduced or being spoke of as network slicing. So what we believe is that the current teams are not enough to support all of this and all this complexity. So the engineers will need these AI and machine learning techniques to cope with increasing complexity and the customer needs demands. So what we do, what are the streams that we apply these? And there are 3 main streams that we apply. The first one is the intelligence assurance. Is the assurance of the network, that we gather the information from the network and transform into knowledge. What we are going to do with it, we are going to correlate everything, and we are going to recommend actions to the network. This is the first stream. The second is the service orchestration and network automation platform. This is a platform that needs, as we call, a decision, or what we call the AI decision engine, to take the best decision in the planning and the creation, to have a more efficient network, to take these decisions when the engineers are thinking about the network, but also in terms of readiness and fulfillment that needs to take these decisions. What we want to highlight is these AI and machine learning techniques normally in this scope, they refer to static rules, but these are algorithms that evolve and optimize during time. The third stream is integrating data with different sources, so the customer journey, the network data, the CRM, to deliver the hyper-personalized service that we've been talking here in this podcast, that can satisfy and add value to the customer in the multiple segments, in the business to business, in the business to consumer, and business to business to X.
Okay, and now that we have closed the experience of the catalyst, seeing that you have a lot of experience around this, the application of these techniques to new technologies. In this case, we did it around 5G. That was the focus of the catalyst. Which are the most important contributions of Celfocus to this specific project that we did together?
So, in terms of contributions, I will say I'll divide into two contributions in terms of anomaly detection and network slicing. So, in anomaly detection, to explain what we are doing or what we done there, we are aggregating all the data and applying a model that will give the anomaly score of the RAN domain in real time and potentially impacted service. Why this is important for the operators, and especially in 5G. With these, the CSPs can predict issues in the part of the network they invest the most, that is the RAN, and they have a lot of investment. Not only today, but the forecast for the investment of this part with the 5G, the vRAN, and Open RAN will increase a lot in the following years. So everything that analyzes and improves this domain will heavily reduce the capex and opex overall of the operator. Also, based on historical anomaly data, we can identify large areas where the service might be impossible to deliver due to limitations of network capacity and so on. For instance, high resource service like gaming could not be probably to be provided in the area. So the benefit for this is the operator to know what are going to be the limitations in the network, to know what can be sold to the client with the expected service quality. This is for the anomaly detection. In terms of network slicing, what we are doing, it's in a very succinct way to create the profile of the network slice with rules and admission control, where it's possible to understand the resources allocation and the optimal price the client should pay for that slice. We also made a model for the operators to choose which slice to maximize the revenue. So in the scenario that we were thinking, a lot of slices are being asked, so it can be chosen in terms of maximum the revenue, choosing the slice that will accommodate that. We accomplished this using state-of-the-art AI techniques, trained to make this resource allocation and decision conditioned by optimized objective functions. This is really complex, what we do. This is explained in a very succinct way, but we think that this is really important for the operators. We know that slicing is not trivial, and it's giving the first step. So it's something that is still being tried on, but can be really disruptive in the future. So this is what we call as the first step. To know these admission controls, to know which slice can be done, is to go commercial. So to go commercial, the engineering and marketing team needs to understand what they can sell, what is possible to sell, and what's going to be the business model. In other words, this is to make the product market fit for the network slicing in each area, for business to consumer, business to X, and business to business.
You are listening to TechCom, a podcast series by NTT Data, dedicated to the telecommunications industry.
Yeah. Okay. Yes, I see that you have a clear understanding of what is needed in order to adopt these new technologies. For me, it's clear that in order to operate and maintain the new networks that we have, it's mandatory to have the kind of process that you have described. So I absolutely agree with you that this is the future. No? In terms of moving a step forward, which features do you provide that you think can revolutionize the way that CSPs are defining the network experience strategies?
We have a lot of streams doing this because, as I told, our mission it's touched this part for the CSPs in terms of customer experience strategies. So we have a customer-centric approach in everything that we are doing, using open and vendor-agnostic autonomous network platform. How we can revolutionize how operators interact with their customers, and dividing these in terms of next-gen service orchestration. So we have a next-generation service orchestration that provides any service, the complex and less complex. With this, the customers can interact much more with the operator, since they can change specific service. The service is not static. They can have, as we talk, the gaming, with the slides for more broadband, the study on augmented reality. All of these and the service orchestration is a key piece to enable this customer experience that will change completely, that we believe that to change completely in the following years. So the operators don't be seen as a commodity, but someone that gives connected experience. This is a big block that we are investing, the service orchestration. Then the intelligence assurance that detects and predicts errors automatically. We already talked a bit about this to know the network, to understand these issues, and this is mandatory in terms of customer experience to have the flawless network, so everyone is frustrated when the network doesn't work. Then we also been working on these algorithms and to understand the new kind of services that the operators can provide with their amount of data. Operators have a lot of data available from the end users. Everyone uses a smartphone. A lot of data it's there to be used and to improve the service for the clients. And this is an example. As imagine that you are in place X and you receive an SMS from the operator saying you want to be the fastest Fortnite player. Well, be there, buy your special Fortnite plan number and be the #1. So something like this direction to the client. Or have a bespoke plan that the users want to spend more and want to have a differentiated plan. This can be suggested. We cannot do this manually. So you need algorithms to operate and to raise these flags and to have this added value to the customers. And we know that this is a journey. So we are doing these step by step with the operators and helping in this journey. But we are seeing a sector that this can be applied in the short term, that we are seeing the business to business in the mobile private network. That is our short term, that has a short term benefit. And in this use case that we've been presenting, we have a use case interesting in this case for the Industry 4.0 that it's something to have a camera that is pointed to the production line and can be seen the items that are there if they are faulty. We have right now something that can do this. So basically, someone clicks on the button, it will do the shipping and installment of the camera to automate this process, but also provide a slice for the camera of low latency and high broadband that the camera can see and have this dedicated slice. We'll install the IoT app and at the end can clean all of these if the user wants only this feature, this slice, to work from 8 AM to 8 PM. So we also seeing in terms of customers, and in this case the business to business, to change and to look at the operators in a different way. So they look at the operators not just to provide connectivity, not just do I need Wi-Fi or 5G, but sell things in a different way. Sell that the operators can enable this connected experience, can improve their efficiency in the floor shop. So it's something that we see also the perception of operators change a bit in this 5G world, and we are of course supporting our clients to achieve this.
Everything sounds really innovative, really new. Well, from a perspective, will permit a transformation of the business of our clients in the short term. Innovation is a word that we used to talk about, but it doesn't mean the same for everybody. What's innovation for you, for Celfocus?
Well, this is a very philosophical question. Can have we could be talking here for hours. I will try not to be philosophical on this answer, but yes, innovation has different definitions to everyone. But for us, innovate is to co-create and collaborate with our clients and third parties with a common purpose. What do I mean with this? Is to have ideas with a value proposition and execute them flawless while everyone is on the same page. In terms of purpose, we are aligned with our clients, is to know in terms of execution and to define how the execution needs to be done. So we know it's a long journey, cannot be big bang projects. In terms of vision, we have ideas to accelerate the journey, and we have a dedicated team that create the offers and create these innovative propositions to the clients. But and you'll see that in many books and many people talking about innovation. That is not only about the ideas, but is to focus a lot of execution. So normally we would say that ideas with not a good execution will not function, and sometimes the idea not as great with great execution can lead to better results. So we focus a lot of the execution, and the part of the execution is something that is crucial for us to achieve the goal in this innovation process. To have this execution is not only doing the best, but to know how to work in a different way, to use the agile and design thinking methodologies that will improve this innovation. Of course, with mix and match teams, if IT and telco, we see this merge of these two fronts, being called as a techos, to deliver excellent execution that adds value to our clients. So, in a nutshell, for us, innovation is to create something with a purpose and to have good ideas, but even better execution.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much, André, for your explanations and clarifications. I think we did, as I said before, a very good job this year, and hopefully we will work together in the future. Thank you.
Thank you so much. We really like to work with you, and yes, we will work in the future for sure. Telco is a small world.
Sure. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
As telecom operators invest massively in 5G technology and its multiple applications, maximizing the return on these major investments is on the agenda of most telecom executives. Today, we were joined by André Vieira, Service Orchestration and Network Automation Offering Leader at Celfocus, and Fernando Rex, Partner and Head of Network Business at NTT Data Europe and Latam, for an insightful conversation about cognitive automation, the role it plays in the current digitalization of telcos, and how it will reshape automation and reduce network complexity. Join us for our next episode of the NTT Data TechCom podcast series, where we will dive into how automating corrective actions is the first step into measuring real customer perception of network performance.